Welcome to our next session. Two more to go, and it's great that so many of you, are still here attending because I think it's, for me personally, one of the most interesting topics we have. It's targeting audiences, content, AI, and data. And I have two experts here sitting next to me. People who have been to DSS before know Iman already. He's with Advertima, and he has invested years and years in AI, in sensors and everything, and he has done the whole roller coaster of up and downs of the industry. And I'm really looking forward to discuss with him a little bit about the second chance of retail analytics, because the first chance was maybe too early, too difficult or so. So that's what we like. And then we have Ali here from Freeman. Ali, thanks you for jumping in and supporting us here. We had Freeman already an hour ago here on stage, so hopefully most of you saw that already. Freeman, part of Axel Springer, or that's a majority shareholder, and they do things very differently. They're disrupting in many ways, in the way they're giving away the software for free. They're asset light, so they don't care about hardware. They leave it to all the other guys, but somebody has to take care of it. Not you. That's a very comfortable position to be in. But you're doing a lot with AI. AI plays a huge role, and that's why we always have to find buckets for all of you. So unfortunately, as a consultant, you need to squeeze you in some bucket or so, and we call you the mobile first because you use this mobile generation. Not you personally, probably too, but it's your company. It's very young. It's free of any old. You don't have an installed base. You have to take care of. You just start with a clean sheet of paper, and you're just doing things. And sometimes, just trying it out, and that's also parallel probably to you, Iman, because when you started Advertima, how many moons ago?
Well, I can't count it.
It's 10 years? No, not even 8 years? Oh, the microphone, sorry, yeah, sir. Sorry, you have the microphone over there.
Is it on?
Yeah, sorry.
Does it work? It was in 2000, the idea was 2014. And
that's 10 years ago. Yeah, see?
We founded the company in 2016, the first company. Now this is the second one. So more downs than ups the first 8 years, and now it's more ups.
Iman, I always thought you were a really brave guy because you were really, sticking to it. And but maybe let's, we want to talk about the opportunities and the potential. But before we start, just have a short discussion. Why were you too early, or what were the technical challenges or the business challenges? Why not because of for you at Advertima, but retail analytics in general? And maybe some of you know, Stefan and I, we at Invidis, we did a few retail analytics projects. We had one, together with a partner in Dubai for many years, and we were testing different technologies, different sensors, different softwares, and I can tell you, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. There was not a single vendor out there who could really supply us, with working hardware or with software. Or the worst thing was, stitching all the data together. And sometimes, for a few hours or days, one sensor was not working, and then you can throw away the whole data set. So that was our experience. For you as a supplier, what do you think? What were the obstacles? Why were you and all of your competitors at that time? Why didn't retail analytics really work out? Was it too expensive, or wasn't the technology there? Wasn't AI there, or what was the problem?
I have a different opinion when it comes to that compared to others in this market, but I really believe that analytics alone doesn't deliver not enough value so that it justifies the investment. So there is not a positive return on investment if you deliver analytics alone into the market. So this is something that we believed right from the beginning. So if you really want to add value to the business of the customer, besides the analytics part, you need to use the same data for multiple use cases. And that's the reason right from the beginning we said, okay, if we do it, we go for targeting capabilities as well, what we call in the meantime activation. So analytics is one part, but the activation piece is going to deliver enough value to the market so that the CapEx is basically justified. At that time, delivering, besides analytics, delivering also activation capabilities, which means you have multiple people in front of the screen in real time. You have to detect them, profile them, segment them, and then inform the CMS who to target, what segment to target. That needed a lot of performance. It needed a lot of performance, which means...
On the edge, right?
Yeah, on the edge. And the first edge computer that we had costed 1,800 euros. Plus the sensor, it was somewhere at 2,200.
Wow.
And that's the decision you have to make. So basically, a lot of the competitors at that time saw, okay, this is not really plausible, so let's reduce the use cases, maybe the performance, to go down with the prices of the hardware. And we said, let's keep the prices high, and at some point, the prices of the hardware are going to decrease while the performance is the same. We believe that's going to happen in 2 years. It didn't. So it took 8 years or so. In the meantime, the cost of an edge computer that can handle the CMS and analytics and the activation part in one edge device is 500 euros. And now that's one part.
And soon you have these AI chips, right, on computers, so they can even do better performance, or? I mean, because the next generation of Intel, so they will put these dedicated AI chips on it, that should even make it easier, or?
Yeah, but we are in contact with all of them. It's not ready yet.
Okay,
so
good.
The AI accelerated chips, you have to wait another 1-2 years maybe. I say now 2 years, probably it's going to be 4 years, I don't know. But in the end, we take NVIDIA platforms, so that's solving our problem. With Intel, it's just not performant enough, so we take NVIDIA platform, and that solves the problem at the moment. So the price is good because we put the CMS player software on the edge computer as well. So from a CapEx perspective, it makes sense. On the other hand, the more important question is always the timing on the market, which means you sell to people, and the people we try to sell at that time were retailers, and we don't do that anymore. We talk to retail media departments. These are media and ad tech people. They understand the value of the data, what is real-time addressability, what is segmentation, what is programmatic activation, and that is basically the only way to get into the market. 3 years ago, there were no retail media departments. And if they had retail media departments, they were focusing on the online channel, which is normal. Now, since last year, they started to ask themselves, how can we get in store? And the people who try to get in store are the online retail media people. And that makes it the right timing at the moment. That brings the traction.
I like that, Iman. I'm 100% with you, and I believe that's really the game changer, because there were many players out there, and Samsung also tried to offer something, and I think at the beginning, many also thought it's just a hardware game, selling a PC, selling maybe a piece of software, but they really forgot about how to analyze it. And at that time, analyzing data was very, very, tedious work, and often, some suppliers left the customer just with a big data lake, and nobody really helped them, making sense out of it. And I think we are now in this next generation where the customer is smarter, they have now their own departments, and they're able to manage this data and make sense out of it. And you said, making actionable items out of it, and maybe also attribution at the end of the day, to what the campaign really delivered in that. That's good. So the 3 A's, right? That could be good. Freeman, what are you guys doing with AI? With how do you help your clients? How do you help your network owners? That's the wrong thing, but the person owning a screen, how do you enable them to better understand what's happening in the front of the screen? Or are you focusing more on delivering the right advertisement with AI and smartness somewhere in the cloud? That's probably more your approach to it, huh?
Exactly. It is actually on both terms, since we have, as David presented earlier, we do have the two sides of the coin. We have the advertisers being the one supplying the ads, and then we have our partners, which own the hardware. So we actually help both in this case. We have been developing our own ad recognition, being connected to SSPs, getting RTB demand, getting all kinds of advertisements, creative videos. Sometimes you're missing this data. You're missing what is in that video. Then somebody needs to go there and check it and approve it, reject it, and maybe check what the content is. But we're developing this system. It's almost ready. It's almost in deployment. where we recognize the video automatically. We get the content of it, getting all the text out, and getting what actually happening in the video. Just a simple image recognition, but in a way, we automatically detect what is happening. As David earlier mentioned, if this video is about a cookie, it will show a cookie. If it's about traveling, it will show an airplane, probably. This is then automatically detected, then saved as a text, tagged, as we say, and then this is transferred to our partners, which means, for example, the approval process that the screen provider, the hardware owner needs to do is automatically sent to them without even opening the video. They know what this creative is about, what is the video about, and they can approve it or not. But this will also allow us to pre-approve and pre-reject by enabling the blacklisting and the whitelisting efficiently and correspondingly. So this is the part of the screen providers, how we're using this.
But it's a radical different approach to it. I mean, you want to know what's happening in front of the screen to find the optimum, the optimum advertisement. You are just selling audiences and you're using AI in the background to optimize your process of approving an advertisement.
Exactly, exactly. That's one side. The other side is helping our advertisers who go to on our platform, since we have the ad serving platform, Ads Manager at Freeman, where we help them as well optimize this, optimize their targeting. Since Digital Out of Home, I feel targeting is almost everything, where you geo-targeting, but also audience. This is also a project that is going to be finished by end of the year. It's a simple idea, but it's a chatbot will help you book the right locations and provide you with the exact information you might need. Recommending for you places that you would fit your audience, fit your brand, find the right audience there without even help from us as sales. So the people, the advertiser will be just going there, getting information, getting recommendation, and auto booking if they want, of course. And that's the second part where we're optimizing AI. We have all these opportunities and tools that we can use to make our life easier, make the advertiser life easier, and really automate all those tasks that can be automated.
Iman, that's a totally different approach, obviously. And I fully understand where you're coming from, and I think Freeman is really because you're not caring about all the old stuff. You're just saying we just do it, how online does it, and that's fine. But Iman, help me. Why do you think it's necessary to have a sensor every screen or to know what's happening in front of it? Is it more precise targeting, or why should retailers, why should brands really invest now in sensors to knowing what's happening in front of the screen?
We have to understand what is. But by the way, what you are doing is exactly the right direction, and I believe it's not either or. We have to combine it.
Okay,
so
good.
There's the power coming from exactly, and we will. So this is the connection of this.
Can we announce that as a joint venture or so?
Yes, everybody.
Wait for next year. Probably with a few case studies, we will come back.
Good.
So we at Vertima, we always look at the topic from the online retail media world. So why is retail media a topic at this conference? Because online retail media is disrupting the media space, because multi-billions of dollars are shifted from even social search, TV, to the retailer. The reason that is happening, that is important. Why is it happening? It's happening because the offering of the retailer for FMCG brands, for example, is just something that can't be matched by those media. It is based on retailer data, and utilizing retailer data, loyalty program, checkout, e-shop data, whatever data they have, and others that don't have it. The secret sauce behind online retail media is that they use ad tech sophisticated ad tech, to transform this data into actionable insights in real time and use it for real-time activation based on individual shoppers. So that brings real-time addressability, audience analytics into the game, using POS data, sales uplift measurements, and cross-channel segmentation. If you have a look at these success factors of online retail media, and the hypothesis is that you are going to see the same success in-store only if you replicate these success factors to the physical store, then you understand that there is only one way to do it. It's you have to detect the shopper inside the physical store in real time, in milliseconds, create a digital profile. Without having access to the shopper profile, you need to predict attributes, age, gender, group composition, use contextual attributes, get access to the retailer data using AI, predicting the segment of the shopper in real time, in front of the screen. 1 second before the next content has to be chosen, you inform the CMS that there are 8 impressions that the next spot is going to generate with these segments. If you choose segment 5, you are going to generate 6 impressions. All that happens in 1 second. And without having that, you are going to decide on an ad that is targeting an audience that is maybe not there. And you are not going to know if this audience was there while the ad was played out. So the success factors of online can only be brought to the physical store if you have these capabilities. The only solution the only technology that can actually address every single shopper, not just 20% of them, 40% of them, all of them, is computer vision. That's the foundation. There is no other technology out there that can do that.
Iman, I agree with you. The question is, but do you need it on every screen, or is not the 80% approach good enough for the time being? Because you're trying to to solve the top 20%, with a great technology, but it's not 80% for that time okay. I mean, what Freeman does, we don't care in front of the screen. We know in general there's somebody that's good enough for us.
I will tell you, I will give you 2 reasons why it is needed. First of all, it's about the offering. So either you sell airtime on a screen or impressions. If you have one screen inside the store with sensor technology, for example, that it has the capability to detect impressions and target impressions, your salespeople that sell media, they need to sell impressions, not airtime, not playouts. If you have another screen without a sensor, you are going to have 2 offerings. It doesn't work. You can't go out and sell airtime on one screen, on the other screen you sell impressions. That doesn't work. So either you go for a full rollout and change your proposition to impression-based, get all the advantages, and that's the way to incremental retail media revenue, or you let it be. And by the way, I just had a conversation with a customer where we stopped the project because they wanted to go that way. So it was licenses for us, but it doesn't make sense. You have to shift your mindset. You have to change your proposition inside the store to impression-based. Your salespeople are going out and selling 100,000 impressions in the segment young family, vegan lovers, or whatever. And your
sensors detect vegans?
Predict.
Yes.
We use visual attributes, contextual attributes. We use affinity attributes out of the retailer data to predict what is the probability that this family right now is vegan.
Wow.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you compare maybe data coming from the retail media to authenticate your predictions? Meaning you can have a deal with the supermarket or whoever selling to see just what they bought? Is this something you would do or did?
Yeah, so of course, if you develop AI, you always need a feedback loop. You need to know if your prediction was good or not. So there are different levels to get that. When we started, we didn't have a feedback loop. Basically, we have just age, gender, group composition, stuff like that, and that's it. So the easiest way to do it is what retailers do since decades or 100 years. It's just non-conclusive sales uplift measurement. It's test and control sales uplift measurement. But what made online retail media, for example, successful is conclusive sales uplift measurement. You link the ad exposure to the shopper, to the basket, to the checkout.
Because it's a one-to-one, and you can follow the whole journey. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So that's the next level of getting feedback about if the targeting, the segmentation targeting was good or not. So the retailers, what we are experiencing is the retailers are going to give you that data if they understand that they are going to earn money with it. So we have this very first cross-channel campaign, retail media campaign that we were running. The retailer didn't want to give access to the data. And then we managed a deal where they got 10% of the overall campaign budget, even from online, offsite, and out of home. And they were like, okay, this is money I would usually not see. And then they provided the sales data so that we had this feedback loop. So I believe that's the future. It's getting this feedback loop for sales. But there is an innovation project we have with a customer in UK where we have the access, we are getting access to the handheld self-scanner, where the loyalty card is already scanned. So the user is logged in. And there you have these online segments that are based on shopper profiles, which are very valuable. For the same shopper, we predict our segments and compare it with the real segment from the online profile. Then you have a really cool feedback loop for the AI to be trained. So that is something that we are building until end of the year with the customer.
Pretty cool stuff. Do you need to connect the sensors? Because in the past, that was the problem. You know, when doing retail analytics or shopper analytics, we always lost 3-5%, and after 10 sensors, nothing was left, more or less. How you explain it, you know, I think it's already okay if we just have one sensor on one screen and you get all the insights there, or is there a huge benefit if you connect them and it can really create a journey?
You're talking about cross-sensor tracking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the only, face recognition would be good, but it's not privacy compliant and nobody wants that. So the only way to do it is something that is not new to the market. It's tags on shopping carts and baskets.
Yeah, but nobody really wanted that, right? I mean, the most...
Because there was not a use case. Now it is. It's retail media. It's what I said in the beginning. You have to combine multiple use cases to create a very high added value, so that it's 10 times more value than the existing solution. This is how technology comes to market, right? I can tell you it makes completely sense right now. 4 years ago, it didn't make sense. But having RFID tags on the shopping cart and the RFID reader behind the screen detects the shopping cart. With computer vision, you match the shopping cart to the audience, and then you can track the shopping cart from screen to screen to screen to the checkout, match it to the POS data, track back if this person was exposed to the Coca-Cola can that they just bought. That's conclusive sales uplift measurement, the only scalable way to bring it to the market. So it didn't make sense 4 years ago. Now it's retail media. It's one part of a bigger picture, and it makes sense.
Good, fantastic. We have a few minutes left. I want to address one issue, dynamic content optimization. Because this is about data, it's about retail analytics, but it's also about AI. And you're using it. Could you just explain how you're providing your clients an additional service to be more effective?
Yes, of course. With DCO, dynamic content optimization, a key is to unify this content coming to you, knowing and identify it, so you know where to send it and when exactly. Sometimes the content is regarding location. Sometimes it's about time, sometimes it's about weather, so it's different. In a way, a content could come to you in a different shapes, and we found the only way to automate that is by using this recognition, the AI project I'm talking about, where we automatically detect this creative, this video, and correspondingly then target the right screen at the right time.
Yeah, but my understanding is also that you are also, reconfiguring the content if it's not successful enough. So if you have a back channel that you're planning, maybe I have to make the price larger or the photo larger or so, or is this just something which is on your roadmap in the future? Because I thought that is really cool, because that would really help us, becoming more effective at the point of sale.
So far, we've been doing this manually through our studio here.
Okay, that's the AI.
Yes.
That's not AI, but
Yes.
human,
No,
human
not yet.
intelligence.
Not yet. That's a cool idea. I'm gonna definitely be pitching that. But the DCO there is just identifying and targeting.
Okay.
And this way, it saves us a lot of time. It'll save us a lot of effort too, and it prevents campaigns which are running, which usually are big campaigns, having this DCO from under-delivering. It also, the project I was talking about also helps a lot with we're talking about connected TV, CTV. CTV comes as well sometimes without subtitles, for example, or if the screen is muted, we generate then subtitles to it automatically. We also help this advertiser who have this CTV campaign to tell who's their audience. Are they in gyms? Are they in different audience demographic? Do they want to target people with higher salary? They want to target people who are employed or something else. All of this plays a role there with targeting, and especially CTV being a more popular channel at the moment.
But I mean, with AI, there's so much happening to both of you. What do you see is the biggest impact? Is it Gen AI? Is it analytics AI? Or for you, I probably know the answer, but is it? I mean, it's unbelievable, you know, what they introduced 1.5 years ago and where we are today. So, what will retail media, what will digital out-of-home, what will analytics look like in a year from now? Do you have any idea what, you have a roadmap, I mean, I'm sure you're not sharing with us, but where do you believe AI has the biggest impact? Is it precise, is it faster, is it cheaper? What do you think it has a big impact?
Did you say 1 year from now?
Yeah, you can say 2 years, that's fine.
I think it is Gen AI, but Gen AI can only exist with data. And I think it's going to be, at the moment we have these siloed solutions, like what you explained today, some of the stuff was really new to me, and I really like it. So if you combine that with our audience AI, but I don't know if you saw it already, but Microsoft has this Gen AI integration for retail media online. So they are creating, the creatives are created by Gen AI for retail media, and that's really cool. So actually, we are talking to them about the topic of creating digital signage content as well, besides whatever they are creating there. But the only reason that Gen AI solution that they didn't roll out yet, by the way, works is because they have this real-time data online. They can use it to create these creatives as well. And I believe it's a combination of everything. Everything will come together and build the foundation for an AI-driven acceleration of digital signage, retail media solutions. But in the end, it's all going to be about creating the right content for the right people at the right time. And without Gen AI, it's going to be difficult.
But data is the base. I mean,
yeah.
you need to know, and historic data helps, but having live data, real-time data, obviously, you know, just spices up and
Quality data too.
Quality data. Oh, that's good. That's a good ending. Well, we still have 20 more topics we could discuss, but I think we're running out of time. So I'm looking forward to following up with you guys in a year from now. So hopefully we're already further down the road and with DCO, with all things. And I think it's great, Iman, that there's now the second generation of retail analytics. Really, now it seems like the right time to go after that. That's really cool. Okay, thank you to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.